I'd like to do one of these videos where I just come out and I throw a perfect shot each and every time on the first take and it's easy. But it's never that. It's never that. Welcome back, one and all. It is a scorching 90+ degree day out here in Georgia. We're in the middle of a heat wave. But I haven't filmed something in a bit and I had some free time and I did want to get into a surprise package that arrived at my door thanks to our friends over at Dynamic Discs. Bruh. So recently Dynamic Discs sent out me the first run of the Intent, one of their newest drivers. Pretty flat disc overall. Looks to be about a 9-speed. So first impressions, to me, it felt like a Felon. So I wanted to come out, bring out my first run Sake Bomb Felon, which is one of the straighter runs that they made of Felons. Compare that with the Pioneer and maybe a super beefy Lucid X version, the old EO version of the Lucid X Felons. This might not fly like a Felon at all. I haven't seen the flight numbers and I don't think they're officially posted anywhere yet. So this is going to be more to get a gauge on, is this the newest version of almost a Supreme type of Felon? So really this is just to find out, is this more of a Supreme Flight? Not Supreme Flight. What do you call this thing? So this is more to find out if this is kind of a retooled version of a Felon, which has been one of their most popular molds for a very long time. And when I was on Team DD a couple years ago, I relied heavily on my Sake Bomb Felon. It's that overstable 9-speed that you want to fill, that Firebird type slot. But if you're not clicking with the Firebird, the Felon was always a big go-to. So let's see how the Intent is going to compare. We're going to throw some warm-up shots, throw some sidearms, throw some backhands, and then after all of this said and done, we're going to hit a couple holes out here at Heritage Pines, compare it to maybe which one I think is the closest flight-wise, and give it an honest comparison. Let's get to it. Let's go fling some Frisbees. I think last time I was out here in these types of conditions, my phone was overheating, so I wouldn't be surprised if at some point I need to go to the shade with the phone. All right, so let's get a couple of first throws in. I'm gonna go with the beefier ones first, so Pioneer, Lucid X Felon, first run Sake Bomb, Slammer, or Felon, and then the Intent. On some forehands, easy tosses. Lucid X, first run should be straighter. Oh, it's actually still got some fight to it. Oh, that pushes more. That definitely pushed further than the other guys with the same effort. I don't know if that first video file saved or not because my phone feels like a meteorite right now. It's so hot. But Intent on the first throws, same amount of power, pushed further than all the other ones. Also kind of held like a straighter, pushing hyzer longer. Throw them back to the bag. That's a really easy, straight pushing flight on a forehand. Pioneer, definitely more stable. I threw that flat. Sake Bomb Felon should be I think the most comparable to the Intent flight-wise. Yeah. Still has a little more bite at the end though. And then the Lucid X. Oh, that's really good. Oh, it almost jumped into the bag. I don't know if you guys can see that. That was close. A little bit harder. And the EO Felon would have gone in the bag. All right, guys, it's way too hot out here. My phone is not loving this. So rather than throw backhands in the open field in the sun, we're gonna head into the woods. We're gonna test this out in real life a little earlier than I planned to. All right, first quick initial thoughts. I think the Intent is pushing a little bit straighter, almost like a really seasoned Felon. It's holding longer, and so far it's got a little more glide. I think it's still a 9-speed. The rim feels about the same as the other Felons, but there's definitely more usable distance on it versus it being a disc that's just going to dump left or right. We're gonna test that because we got a couple holes out here where you need to push down a tunnel and then break either left or right, starting with hole 1. So the initial plan was to kind of use the throws in the field to narrow down the choices as to which discs we're gonna throw on each hole. I think as we go throughout the holes, I'll probably do a short loop of the usual kind of 4 to 5 holes to give you a good and a better understanding on what this disc actually is. But hole 1, 250 feet. Need to push down this tunnel, brake right, it's 255. Currently, I'm throwing a 2017 Sexton Firebird on this because it's beat in and it's been in my bag since 2017. So it holds nice and long and straight, and then gives you that move to the right dependably. On a tunnel shot like this though, what you don't want is a disc that you have to manipulate on multiple angles to get your result. So you don't want something that you have to force over, control how much movement left you get before it kicks back over to flat, and then eventually to right. Where a disc like the Intent, I think I can throw it relatively flat, let it push, and then move right. So I'm going to show you the difference in the flights. I'm going to go with the more overstable versions, the Pioneer and the EO Lucid X Felon, because with these I'm going to have to manipulate multiple angles to get the ultimate result that I want for a birdie look. Where with the Sake Bomb Felon, I think I can throw this relatively flat like the Intent. There's one angle, there's two angles, and that is inside the circle. That was actually really good. Pioneer, similar flight. There's the second angle. Didn't quite get the push I needed. We'll go Sake Bomb. Throw this one a little flatter, maybe a touch of Anheuser. I didn't quite get the forward. That's a lot of skip, my goodness. I'm wondering if the Intent is gonna get that much ground play. Oh, I threw it on Anheuser. Baby Anheuser. Oh, it skips in front of the tree. That's part. That almost held too left, too long because of the glide. Like I said, I don't know what the flight numbers are gonna be on this, but I will say, for me, it's got one more glide than the Felon does, which is a great thing if a Felon is just not quite stretching out far enough for you. Conversely though, you could say that's what you want a Felon to do, is have a limited glide, more stability, more predictability. You let me know in the comments, what's your preference? So first shot with the Oakley Felon Lucid X right there. The Intent was the closest. I know it was the last one I threw, so you adjust more. I'll throw that one first on the next hole to make it fair. And the Sake Bomb is further right, about the same distance as this guy. The Pioneer hit the tree early, left, right, the other left. Not that left, but the left that's on the other side of right. I'd be happy with this look though on the first hole. So easy. Bruh. They don't make for great putters. Whew. It's hot. Man, it's hot. I do it for you guys. I should be at a pool somewhere. At the very least, in air conditioning. Hole 13, dog leg right. It's 355 feet. Really, you just want to get to that purple dot clearing, hang a right. From here, if I'm not feeling too confident in my overstable approach disc, I'm throwing a Scepter on a hard Anheuser angle because my Scepter is one of my most stable discs. Kind of like the Lucid X Felon, where I can depend on it to kick right and then scoot me over in the general direction of the basket. Don't know if the Intent is really going to be the shot for this. At least not for that type of flight. Oh yeah, I said I was going to start with it, so we're going to start with it. I'm not going to throw it on that much angle. I'm going to throw it on a baby bit of Anheuser, push towards the purple tree, and hopefully move right. Going too far is not really too big of a hindrance on this hole. Oh, too straight. Oh, I got away with it. Remember I just said being far is not too bad? That's either going to prove me right or prove me wrong. Lucid X Felon. More chop. Ooh, too much chop. Pioneer. I mean, that was low, but that's essentially what I was trying to do with the Felon. And then the Sake Bomb, try to throw a similar line to what I did with the Intent. Push, oh, screwed it up. Middle of the fairway, we're gonna throw that again though. I'd like to do one of these videos where I just come out and I throw a perfect shot each and every time on the first take and it's easy, but it's never that. It's never that. I'm having a hard time getting it to like sit properly in my forehand grip. I don't know why. I've gotten so used to my Sextons again that this just feels slightly awkward. That's perfection. There's gonna be nothing awkward feeling about how beautifully in the middle of that fairway that disc is gonna be. That was a really awkward sentence. Okay, so we've got the Lucid X Felon. We've got the Pioneer that we kind of got away with one. Sake Bomb Felon is absolutely prime position. And the intent, somewhere, it's hiding. Where'd my intent go? I did not intend to lose this disc. All right, I checked the video footage. It skipped kind of back door. Oh, it's, wow, that's actually one of the further skip shots I've gotten. I thought I got caught up a little bit. Now we're 200 something feet away. You can almost do just about anything to get up there. Like throw a 2-angle Felon to the, ooh! That Felon has tried to get in the bag and has tried to get in the basket. Hope to land it flat and stop the skip like that. Sake Bomb Felon. This is literally in the middle of the fairway, 180, 210, something like that. I fluffed it, hit the tree. I think we're gonna go down, there's like a fake hallway down here. And that's why I say that going long isn't the bad miss, being short is the bad miss, because if you go long, you still have like a fake fairway here. There's still ways to get up and down for a birdie. Ooh. I'm digging it. I think off of the initial throws that I did in the field, I was thinking that that intent is almost going to be like a Felon SS. I'm not going to quite go that far, but it might be a Felon S. We'll see. This next hole, we're going to get to try out the backhand and see how that one does compared to the stability of the other three, because it's a shot that we want some straight push, but then we want some hard left. Almost sounds like somebody's playing disc golf over there, but that's private property. Maybe they've seen the baskets and they're getting into the game. Ew. Oh my God, it's a weird feeling. I don't know if I just swallowed something out or what. Hole 14, one that I don't get to play from the shorts very often, but when I do, I enjoy it more. 14 is one of the toughest holes out here from the longs. It's a very tight hyzer line through all this grouping of trees. From the shorts, you get a little bit of a reprieve. It's a bigger window, a shorter shot. You need to push past this bent tree on the right and the triple tree stack in the middle here. Push there, get left immediately. Another hole where if you go long, it's better than being short. Being short cuts off your angle exponentially, almost makes it impossible to get up and down for the birdie. During the tournament out here a couple weeks ago, which I won. I went Sexton Firebird and pushed kind of inside because mine's a little straighter. Got a nice skip and didn't birdie this hole at all. I missed a 17-foot uphill putt during round one. And during round two, I ended up too early left, so let's not make that mistake. Let's go Pioneer first on a little bit of a baby flex on the backhand. That's not far enough. I like the angle, but that was too low, and it needed more pop. Let's go Felon. I need to differentiate between the Felons. We're throwing the EO Lucid X Felon. I can't just say let's go Felon, I'm throwing multiple Felons. That's not it. So we made the same mistake twice because those discs are kind of too stable for this, which is what I thought. So let's go first run, Sake Bomb Felon. Is that not far enough? There's a Felon magnet, obviously, right where those three landed. The giant Felon magnet. So the intent. With some intent. Same spot.
You serious?
I'm gonna throw at least two of those again because that was some of the worst display of disc golf I've ever done on this channel. See if I can make the adjustment. We're gonna go Sake Bomb, first run Felon first. Still a touch inside, but it's in the fairway. I am shocked at how much I'm having to put behind these discs to throw it 250 feet. Now you're probably starting to see why I didn't birdie this hole at all during that last tournament. Be better. Like Macy Valadiaz tells Zach Melton. Just be better. Be right-handed.
God, that was so bad.
Just be better.
Oh, was I getting in the way?
Just be right-handed.
Got one of those down. There we go. Yeah. Yeah! I had to put that on more angle than I thought I had to. That's crazy. This is why you don't want to be early left. Right where the intent is perfect. Early left now gives you a weird kind of panning Anheuser forehand shot. This is not a shot that I have a high success rate with. Is that too stable? That's too stable, yeah. I wouldn't have thrown that disc for that shot, but I just wanted to show you guys just how much angle you have to give it. And even with that much angle, it was still too stable and fought out way early. But with the intent, we are literally right in the middle of the fairway with a wide open look. Left side of another wide tree. Go down this left fairway, miss the skinny tree on the left, and have it finish back to the right. And you can throw it right at that tree and hope that you miss it. That's in the bowl in front of the rocks. We're inside of 15 feet. That's exactly what you want to get a birdie out here. And it only took me about 18 tee shots to get it. So, you know, it's real life. Oh, this worked out even better than I thought. It's in the bullseye. For the birdie. So, after throwing it on backhand, I think I'm understanding it now. It's one of those discs where if you throw it hard on a forehand on Anheuser, it's going to hold a little bit longer. Because on forehand, you're going to torque over more. On backhand, you still have to give it some angle. It's still going to get you that little bit of extra push. Still flying Felon-esque. So you have to give it that angle, give it the power, and trust it to fight back, which it did on that tee shot. Where's my other one? No, seriously, where's my other one? And finish somewhere over here, I thought. I think I'm hearing baby rumblings of thunder. There it is. Whoa, this is actually kind of still open. From here, it's just a little scuba. Okay, cool. All right, guys, I think we're going to wrap it up here on hole 17. 250 feet, slightly uphill, OB on the left, hazard on the left, further up. A hole that traditionally has some kind of wind coming in. We're in a pretty calm conditions right now, although we got some dark clouds moving in, so it's also why we're wrapping this up a little bit early. See if we can get a couple birdies here, and then I'll kind of talk about which ones I think are the straightest, which are the glidiest, and we'll talk about the feel overall. But as you know from Dynamic Discs, their stuff is very consistent. And the feel, whether you're getting the Supreme Orbit, the Supreme Plastic, the Supreme Burrito, doesn't matter. It's all going to feel great in the hands. We're going to go, I'll go intent first this time because I think this is the straightest of the bunch. So we can push it at the hazard. Just like that. And then a little skip right. Boom. That's a putt. Let's change it up actually. There is like a sneaky hyzer line. It's more prevalent from the back tees than it is here, but we'll try kind of a sneaky flexing backhand up this right side with the sake bomb. This is way more of a technical shot from here than it is from the longs. That's too much. Yeah, it didn't work out. It was a bad idea. It's a bad idea, chat. It's the old Kevin Kiefer Pioneer. These things are flat and beefy. Yep, it's probably right around pin high. Could have thrown it a little higher to give it more time to fight out. Lucid X. Felon. Oh! That's surprising. That's normally the beefiest of the bunch. Put it over too low. Well, I was worried about the rain, and it is starting to rain. Hey, player B. Pioneer was just about pin high. Intent just outside the bullseye. We got something here. It's different enough for sure. So let's talk about it. So as the rain comes down, let's wrap things up here. The intent, the Sake Bomb first run slammers, the Pioneer, the Lucid X Felon. I think all four of these are different enough where they are different. My overall thoughts on the intent, it is more workable than a standard Felon or Pioneer for sure. I think it's getting a little bit more glide. It's giving me probably 20 more feet with the same amount of effort, if not even a little less effort out of the hand, which is great. So if for a disc that you need to push straight for longer before it gives you that reliable fade, because it's going to fade, backhand or left hand, it's definitely going to fade. This is a really good option to look into. I'll be interested to see what they land on flight number wise. For me, I think it's like a 9.5, -1.3, -1.2.5. I know they don't really do half numbers for dynamic discs or the Trilogy brand in general. I think the Felon is a 0.3 or 0.4, something like that. And some of them fly like 0.4s for sure. A lot of them don't. But for me, flat feels really comfortable. I didn't have any issues. There's never any issues with flashing or anything. These guys make incredibly high quality products. This is no different. And I think that there is enough of a difference where if you're bagging a Felon and you want something that's going to be like a Felon that's been beaten over a couple of years, get yourself an intent and it's going to give you that flight right off the shelf without you having to do the work of beating it in over a couple of years to do so. I think there's a lot of great uses for this, especially if you're a lower arm speed. This is going to be that overstable kind of wind fighter, but that's still going to be workable enough to get you distance down a fairway before it finishes out on you. But I think this is a winner. They put out some really great molds over the last couple of years that have kind of gone under the radar. And I think this one is really high up there. So check it out when it drops on the Dynamic Disc website. And of course, you can also go to infinitedisc.com. Once they drop and grab one from there, the link will be down below in the description, along with the link to get yourself one of these amazing Squatch bags and use the code ACERUN to get $20 off your purchase. Big thank you to Infinite Disc. Thank you guys so much for watching. Appreciate it. Make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already done so. I'm out here sweating bullets for you guys. So a like and a follow is very much appreciated. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We'll see you down the road. Hopefully it's not raining where you are and you can get out and fling some Frisbees. See you in the next one.